Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope you have a great and wonderful day. I apologize for me not actually posting videos yesterday. I did say I was going to be posting 3, possibly more, but unfortunately, another family matter came up at the very last second, so I had to stop and continue to what I am doing now today. So I apologize, and so everything should be fine today, but who knows what may possibly happen. So, without further ado, I will get directly into the other video that I was making before I was horribly interrupted. So, with that being said, we have this. These 4 social media influencers were swept up by a movement that claims obesity is perfectly healthy. The tragic truth is they have all died under the age of 45. And let me say this one thing here, right? That the fat acceptance movement has been a death cult since the very beginning. We have people, politicians, governors, etc., going out and saying that, fat acceptance this, fat acceptance that, you need to have these fat laws or whatever. And we're seeing now, which we all knew, at least intelligent human beings, have realized that being overweight is not probably the best thing in existence, right? It's probably very detrimental to your health. Probably to the point to immediate death. And one thing it's a very slow and painful process. It's not like an instant something that kills you. So, the powers at be want us dying, and we're gonna go over this. The final videos posted to Brittany Sarr's TikTok page make for upsetting viewing. Speaking tearfully to the camera, the 31-stone social media star, who often posted defiantly body positive content about how fat she felt in certain outfits, admitted with shocking candor that she had ruined her life with food and binge eating, and had left her age just 28 full regrets. Brittany had been the virtual prisoner in her own home for 2 years, dealing with the type 2 diabetes and repeated bouts of the skin infectious cellitis, I may believe, which had caused a growth in her pelvis weighing more than 2 stones. She had even been forced to ask someone else to cut her toenails as it left her too breathless. Yeah. I can't imagine not being able to get up places and then being breathless, or just simply trying to, clip your own toenails, and all of a sudden you are too breathless to even do that. That's insanity to me. That makes no bloody sense. I couldn't believe. Now, when we did have that one stream of the co-cast, where with the one young old gentleman said that diabetes is not really contributed to being overweight or etc. So it's not just that, all right? It is not one of the main leading causes. However, these are interesting things that are occurring around. So, be as it may. We'll take what he says is true, and we'll probably do more research. People can write it down in the comments below whether this is true or fact. I want more conversation, but as he says, this is not a possibility. Says, yet she hoped desperately that it wasn't too late to save herself. I'm scared I'm going to end up in a bad place that my body can't recover from, she said to her 500,000 TikTok followers. Well, you know it's not worth it. Food isn't worth your life. And within a week of posting the film last December, Brittany was dead. Her death turns a spotlight in the controversial body positivity and fat acceptance movements that have seduced Brittany and millions of vulnerable young people like her. The past decade has seen extraordinary momentum building around a central argument that being obese doesn't have to mean unhealthy. In other words, you can be fat and fit. Branded health at every size, or HAES, the philosophy has this laudable goals. It aims to counter the multi-billion-dollar entire industry, which has a poor record when it comes to long-term sustainable weight loss, and an act as an antidote to the stigma encountered by people struggling with their weight. See, the way I see it, and I struggle with this as well, even though I am not necessarily a person that's overweight, is that you're going to have to want it. You have to work hard at doing it, and by not doing this, you don't really keep up the weight loss. It's a hard thing to do, but it's something you have to do. If I was ever being this overweight, I don't know how I could possibly live with myself. Just because to be able to do basic necessities, basic things in life would be a chore. So these are things that I find very disturbing, very horrible in this aspect. The idea is that rather than shame overweight people and force them to diet, they should be encouraged to embrace their bodies, finding exercises they enjoy, and eat more nutritionally. But some say those philosophies have been taken to extremes, particularly on social media, by somebody morbid obesity while ignoring serious health dangers. The thing is, we live in a society today that cannot deal with shame or cannot deal with consequences or accountability, and not force them to diet. Well, here's the thing: you don't just have to force people to diet, but it's probably the best way. Now, I think the one thing is, yes, you probably should force people to diet if they are horribly overweight, such as this person, or you should probably, it's not necessarily where you need to worry about. You don't have to necessarily exercise in order to lose weight. You can go on a diet, you can watch what you're eating, etc., and lose weight that way, not eat as much. But to say that you not force on the diet is a little bit absurd. You kind of should probably lose it. Now, I'm not saying that, being fat is necessarily a problem per se or hurting other people, but would be nice to not make yourself overweight and have people, when you die at an early age, make the rest of your family suffer, and have the parents lose their daughter or son at an earlier age because they just refuse to lose the weight. And we're not talking about people, by the way, that can have the ability that can't lose weight due to an actual health problem, which is a very rare thing. No, I'm talking about people that will refuse to lose weight because they just don't want to. Some dietitians, backing the belief, even expose weight loss jabs such as Wegovy, also known as Ozempic, and bariatric surgery because they continue to encourage weight loss as an important part of health. So, yeah, and it is, and I think that people should take it more seriously. See, we have this here: the body positive TikToker Mega Thucker died suddenly and unexpectedly. I don't think this person died unexpectedly. I think that she died by being overweight. It's kind of obvious. You would assume that she was going to die at some point in time being that overweight. It says, Mega Thucker, a TikToker who reached body confidence and sentenced to her nearly 1 million followers, has died. She was 21. Now listen, guys. This lady was 21 years old when she passed. That's very, very young. That is very, very young. That is 3 years of being 18, right? Or 3 years after being 18, right? That's it. She died when she could drink alcohol. That's insanity, and that shouldn't be anybody. And the fact that she had 1 million followers is disturbing because she was speaking lies and being going to be part of a death cult for no actual reason. For her own ability to not, for her own ability to just, not accept accountability for herself. And then we have this here. Fat Studies academic Dr. Kat pauses work ridiculed online days before her death. Oh my. So it says here that Dr. Kat pauses research and activism on fat studies, tragic controversy, and sometimes vitriol. In a YouTube video watched more than a million times, Crowder pours scorn on Paz's network and her field of study. It says of Paz, who died aged 42 of medical causes 10 days ago, was a fat studies scholar at Massey University in Palmerston North. Her research and activism attracted controversy and sometimes vitriol. Shortly before she died, Crowder, an American comedian, actor, and former Fox News commentator, posted a video to his YouTube page where he, in his words, infiltrates a 2020 Fat Studies conference hosted by Massey. Posed as a genderqueer scholar and fat pride activist with a made-up name, Crowder wrote a bogus paper and was accepted to the conference held online as a speaker. A presentation about the paper included false stories of sexual assault. At the end of his video, Crowder said being accepted without question showed the idiocy of the field. Comments below the video on YouTube are heavily critical of Kat Paz, and that has continued after news of her death. Paz's friend and former Tertiary Education Union Massey Representative Health warned it's not surprised. A lot of Kat's research is around how fat bodies and fat people are dehumanized in our society, and the comments online further go to validate that even in death, fat people are dehumanized by society and discriminated against by our society. No. What people are mostly talking about is that they're telling them, no, do not be this overweight. Do not become this woman. Do not live in the falsities that is being overweight, because these are the negative consequences of those actions. Right? No, they are criticizing her because she was promoting these things, being an activist for these things, and she ended up dying at the normal age of overweight person would die at the age of 42 because, well, she was overweight and very unhealthy. And we're criticizing the fact that, like, okay, don't follow this person because it led to their death. It's not that hard to realize. Then we have this here. Heart failure kills body positivity activists at 37. Which, again, I think I remember talking about this almost last year, I may believe, where this person did die. So, again, this is just another thing that's just not great. And then we have another thought positive. This here. Just because I'm... This here, where we're talking about, Blair White, specifically kind of, going about as saying that all these people died because, of being extremely overweight. Let's take a look, shall we?
Just because I'm fat, that doesn't invalidate the things that I say.
She died.
You ready to get supersized?
She died too.
Today I've got the big Fruit Loop.
He's dead.
Join me on my Fat Positive radio show,
which didn't last long because she died.
Just because I'm fat.
So as you can see there, that, yeah, Blair White's not wrong, because they all died, and we want to have this death cult, this fat death cult, be part of a thing to where we're teaching young children, teaching young people about this, and it's only leading to these people's deaths, and they don't want to take accountability for themselves, so it's because they feel bad for themselves, they want to push their own disgusting tirade, their own mental health illness to other people, which is disgusting. Well, I hope everybody learned a valuable lesson today. Maybe take care of yourself. Don't let yourself reach to this level. And if you do, don't feel bad for yourself. Just do better and lose the weight and be the best part of you that you can. That's what I can tell you. I won't just tell you to be this or be that. No. Be the best part of yourself, and that is not necessarily being overweight, alright? So, take care of yourself. Don't listen to these lunatics, because they're only going to lead you into a path of self-destruction, self-ruin, and eventually your own death, because they can't deal with themselves. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share, and as always, take care, my friends.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted, because it's algorithmic disease, the social media.